The subtle consciousness has many layers to it. The spirit is one, yet spirit is not one. There are many layers to the spirit. The whole universe is permeated by spirit, by Brahman, yet in different degrees. A stone has one unit of life. Stones have life. You know, stones have gender. Have you heard about it? There are male stones and there are female stones. The ancient people of every culture knew this. Stones do have one unit of life. Water has got two units of life. And when there is fire, there is 3 units of life. And in the air, 4 units of life. And space has 5 units of life. Trees have got 6 units of life. Animals have got 7 units of life. Human beings have got 8 units of life. It's Ashtavasu. And genius, superhuman beings blossomed in 9 units of life. Those who do extraordinary job. It need not be all positive. It could be like Hitler. Someone who does things which are inhuman in both sense. I've got more units of life. 9 units. And then human can develop from 9 to 16 units of life. Now when we die, we become more powerful in some way. We go between 9 and 10 units of life. This is strange but true. That's why ancestors are worshipped. The moment this body drops, the spirit has become free and it has more access. No wall, no door, nobody can stop them. The spirit moves around freely. Bound in the body, you have only 8 units of life. You can only reach out to some. When you have 9 units, you have little more power. But if you die, then you have access to the 9th and 10th units. You get more access in the planet. That's why people who are dead have capacity to bless you. That they have more life than you. Because the spirit, freed from the limited body, can know, can cognize, can bless you. You can feel their presence. They can grant you some boons, not all. To whatever extent they are powerful, that much they are able to bestow you some blessings. That's one of the reasons the bodies are buried behind the church, to make that place more powerful. So, ancestors have got one step more power. Then, they are called Pitras. And then there is one spirit which is one grade higher than the Pitras, they are Kinnaras. Kinnaras are those souls who are behind big social work or political setup and all those things. And then comes Gandharvas. The Gandharva souls, the spirits, Gandharva spirit, are behind every successful artist. A great musician is not an individual person who is singing. Through him there is a spirit called Gandharva. And Gandharvas bring you great fame. And they bring joy and happiness to the population. But they make the person very miserable. See Michael Jackson. Actually, he's brought joy to so many people, but in his personal life he's so miserable. Michael Jackson is one example, but there are plenty of musicians, great celebrities, Beethoven, and all of them you see. You take the history and look into that. The only musicians who are happy is one who found a path, one who had a guru. If they find a guru, they had a path, they are liberated. Other than that, they will be famous, they will bring joy to others, but in their personal life they will be miserable. Then from the Gandharva level is a Yaksha, another grade of soul, spirits. Yaksha brings a lot of wealth. Very wealthy people are blessed by Yakshas. Here again, Yaksha can bring comfort, but they don't give the joy or happiness from the progeny. They are not satisfied with their own children, or their children's behavior, or their children's career, or something to do with their progeny makes them miserable. They don't know happiness from the children, from the progeny. If it happens one generation, it will definitely not be so in the next generation. Within the 3 generations, they will be miserable. Again, if they go on or walk on a spiritual path, this is awarded of. So these are Yaksha souls. And every city has an Yaksha. New York has an Yaksha. Los Angeles has an Yaksha. Yaksha is a collective spirit of a place. And there are so many Yakshas. And beyond the Yakshas, one more level, Devas, the angels are in between Yaksha and Siddhas. The perfected beings, Siddha. There are 33 types of Devas. And our body is governed by the Devas. Devas are also called gods and goddesses. Deva means gods and goddesses. It is not the God, but gods and goddesses. An aspect of the divinity. The spirit which loves diversity expresses itself in diverse forms. And this diverse form of that one spirit is for Devas. Another example also. One white light. Light is only one light. When the light breaks up through the prism, so many colors in it. 7 major colors. But then so many shades and mixture of those 7 colors gives you multitude of colors. In the same way, from the Yaksha, a step higher, Devas and Devata, Devis. So many different types of Devi, Devatas, types of spirits. You can call them angels. All only benevolent. And there are various qualities in us which are expressed, they are all part of the Devas. Brilliance is Deva in you. Compassion is a blessing of the Deva in you. You are happy, that is a blessing of Deva. Or the quality of Deva getting manifested in you. So the Yakshas, then Devas, and then Siddhas. Siddha is a perfected human being who have gone deep in meditation. Siddha, Guru, that is the level. They are kept a step above the Devas. That's why any puja, anything happens, first Guru is honored and then the Devatas are. Guru Bhyo Namah starts from there. This is the tradition. Guru and Devas, Yaksha, Gandharva, Kinnara, Pitrus and human beings. These many levels of spirits